Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I have missed you guys so much, and let me get that out before I begin. I missed you guys so much and I'm so happy to be back showing you guys this fun design. Also, quickly, please excuse the bright lighting. I was having trouble adjusting the light. I feel like I'm learning and starting all over again, but it sure does feel good to be doing this again. But it does get fixed throughout the video. Let me get right into the tutorial. I started out with prepped nails. I added our prep, which is a dehydrator prep from the Prep and Prime Duo. You can find that in our online store. And after I prepped, I glued on the tips with our resin. A tip I can give you guys when you're using our resin to glue on tips to the natural nail is use a little bit of resin so it can dry faster, okay? And then I shaped the tips. Then I cleansed all the dust. Then I added primer, because if I added primer before, when I'm shaping the tips, it's gonna get dust on it. I'm gonna have to clean it again, so might as well just wait until all that is done, then add the primer. It's an acid-free primer and I love it. So I started with Opal Custom Mix, which is one of our best sellers. And as you can see, we have new packaging and I'm so excited. It's very practical, it's very easy to store, and it gives you more space in your storage. And I usually like to buy out my own little containers from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or even Marshall's sometimes. And I like to have those on my table, like glass containers, and that's where I'll put my acrylic. And then if any is left over, I just put it back in the bag, I zip it up, and I put it back into my drawer. So very practical and easy. I'm using maroon and cherry from Ladybug Nails. You guys, I really love this brand. Their acrylics are so good for 3D, and I use this time because I love these two colors, cherry and maroon, and very easy to work with. And as you can see, I dipped it in cherry first, and then I quickly dipped it in maroon to give it that depth. I'm gonna be doing a rose with 4 beads. The first bead, I placed it down, and as you can see, I open it up and I lay it as flat as possible and as thin as possible. You have to keep in mind that we are still going to encapsulate the nails. So the third bead that I placed on there, remember that I speed up the video a little bit for time purposes because I don't want to upload a video that's extra long. So I speed it up a little bit, but when I place the bead on the nail, I let it rest for a couple of seconds and I let that bead kind of, you know, get its form. Then I go in with my 3D brush. I don't like to go in right away because you have to let it get into like a Play-Doh type of texture. Because if you go in right away, it's too wet and it won't shape into the shape you want to shape it. So as you can see, I did 1 rose on top, and now I'm going to do a smaller rose on the bottom, and I start the same. I put 1 bead down, I lay it as flat as possible, and then I'll put that second bead and I do the same thing that I did on top. And the tip is just letting it set a little, like I said, until it has that Play-Doh texture. Then it's super easy to just get in there with the brush and shape it however you want. You have to make the acrylic, you know, work for you. So as you can see, this is what I did on all of the nails. The reason I just used 4 beads and I did a simple rose is because usually this design, I do it on all of the fingers. And if you're doing a 10 finger, like if you're doing it on both hands, well, it's 10 fingers, so you don't want to be there forever. That's why I just do 4 bead roses, and it's quick, simple, and fast, and it looks beautiful. The tip is mixing a lighter color and a darker color so it could give it that depth. I did not, you know, I think it was this year. If you follow me on Instagram, please go follow me on Instagram. I'm very active there. And on my Facebook, Nova Beauty. On Instagram, I'm novabeautyco. I uploaded a design I did on one of my clients, and it was this design. It was just in red, so you can change it up and use any color you like. When I'm encapsulating, as you can see, this is the second nail I'm showing you guys. I pick up 2 beads and I place them over the roses first, and the beads have to be more wet than usual because we want it to go in there and get into each petal and just look as clear as possible when it dries. That's why I pick up the acrylic a little more wet than usual, and I let it get in there first, then I encapsulate the whole nail. This is our diamond bit that I will be offering in my online store. I love it. It's a time saver because if you focus on giving good shape when you're applying the acrylic, you're really not going to need to file a lot. So I just went over it with a diamond bit over the whole nail, and it left it practically ready for me to just buff. And the shape, I loved it, and I really love the end result. Now I sprayed a little rubbing alcohol onto the manicure brush, and now I'm dusting away all that dust. I like to do this because I feel that even though the wipes say lint-free wipes, they always leave some type of lint or some type of anything. So I've been doing this with the manicure brush and alcohol, just sprayed alcohol on it, which I learned from an amazing nail tech that I took a class from, and I've been using that technique ever since, so I love it. Now, as you can see, I'm adding Lumi Gel, which is our top gel. It's a tackless gel. It leaves no tacky residue once it's cured in the lamp, so I cured that, and then I'm going to go in and put a very thin layer onto the bottom so you can see that opal shine through when my client turns her nails. And this is it, you guys. After this, I'm just going to moisturize her hands with this amazing hand cream that I've been obsessed with. I actually have the body cream and the body spray. I'm obsessed with this brand right now myself for my personal use. So I added the hand cream to my kit because it smells amazing. All my clients love the smell, and it really does moisturize the skin beautifully. And to end it, I'm just adding some Glow cuticle oil onto the cuticles. You can also find that in my online store. I will leave the link to my online store down in the description box. It opens November 16th. Right now we are restocking, so just stay tuned for that. And I hope you love the design as much as I did. It's super simple. I am sharing with you guys that I do have a class coming up November 10th in Santa Ana. We're gonna be covering so much. I'm gonna be sharing in one day what I usually teach in 2 days. So I'm calling it an intensive course because I'm gonna be covering so much shaping, preparation, application. But on top of that, I'm going to be sharing tips on how to grow your business, how to get more clientele, and just so much. And you don't wanna miss it. For more info, you can email me on the email that's on the screen, or you can private message me on Instagram or Facebook. Love you guys so much. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon.